All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship-shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of 8 in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll dig up a great deal for you.
iPads and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right. We're back. We're live. And it looks like everybody is dropping into the chat. If I can figure out where in the heck did my screen go. Okay. All right. Now I'm getting it figured out here. I had a screen vanish on me. It's like the Bermuda Triangle. Where did it go? Nobody knows. I don't know. But as long as the compasses still stay true, it sounds like we're chit-chatting about gold a little bit tonight. And, you know, sometimes you get wrapped up in things and you wind up going, oh, good grief, where did the time go? Crikey, we need to go live. So let's get Chuck in here. How's it going?
My screen is still sitting in front of me.
Well, mine is back now, at least.
Well,
But
good.
that's good.
Janet's in. How you doing, Janet? Anyway, yeah, gold is kind of hovering, and I popped a question. Josh and I were talking back and forth about, do we sell now or don't we sell now? Do we, and Josh, well, I'll let you tell him your decision.
Well, I had some gold that I was seriously entertaining getting rid of. And I don't know, the gold jewelry, maybe I still will, because I mean, it doesn't matter how gold fluctuates. I'm not getting rid of much of my gold jewelry, so we're talking pennies difference in the price I could get.
Okay.
But and when you stop and look at it, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say I'm better off than anybody else. I've got the same struggles everyone else does. But I'm not going, "Oh my god, how am I going to make my mortgage this month?" Or how am I going to put groceries on the table?
Mm-hmm.
So these gold rings, gold coins, they don't take up that much space in the safe. It doesn't matter what happens to gold for those of us that have been around for a while, because we've got such a small investment in it that it doesn't matter what gold does. We're not going to lose no matter which way you cut it.
Yeah.
Where, like, let's say, for example, Joe down the road last year decided he was going to start stacking gold when it was, it broke $2,000 an ounce.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a little more of an investment in it. And if he doesn't remember the days, of $800 an ounce gold, $600 an ounce gold, 500, 300, then for him, yeah, he may be thinking, I need to sell now while it's up. I need to get, it's time to see a return on my investment.
Well,
That,
that's a
in that,
different thing,
yes, that would be a good time to sell.
because I talked to you about my 10th ounce that I've
Right.
bought over the years, and I've even got price tags on them back in the day. I was buying them at $60 a pop. And that was from a
Yeah.
dealer. That's in the 80s. And I was putting gold away. And then I found gold and gold coin and that kind of stuff through that time period. And hey, you know what? And then someone just piped off, said, ORH, sell, 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 Josh. Get that new pellet grill.
I may have to give you a call tomorrow, Bill.
Yeah. Jason says, have you seen what's going on in Russia with North Korea training up there for an attack on North America? You're going to want a private stash of gold and silver, and God forbid that you trust banks. Well, no, I don't trust banks, but I do have a stash.
Well, yes, in that respect, I mean, full on, call me guilty. I am a physical stacker. I like to see it. I like to touch it. I like to look at it. I like having it right in hand rather than on paper or anything like that. So the gold and silver that I do have, it's not, gold stock or anything like that. It's tangible, it's real. If I have to liquidate fast, I have it.
Mm-hmm. I watch a guy occasionally on YouTube just to see what he's saying. He goes by Silver Stacker, I think.
Oh yeah, I used to watch Silver Stacker. He was big on the a few years back. He was actually quite big on monster boxes.
Mm. Well, he took, was it 3 or 4? 4 1 ounce gold rounds that he has. A couple were graded, a couple were of them weren't. And he went to 4 different dealers, and they shot him offers of anywhere from $50 over spot for the coin that he had to $75 over spot for the one that was graded. But then some of them didn't pay him $20 over spot, and the one that was graded, they only offered $50 over spot. But he traded one coin for something he always wanted, Mexican Libertad 1 ounce. You know,
Oh yeah, that's are cool.
And he wasn't seeing. Of course, I don't know when he bought these. He didn't go into specifics on that exact at what price, but you were seeing what dealers were offering on a 1 ounce gold round, and it wasn't a huge amount, but a couple of them were. He said they were fair offers, and some he. So just trying to watch what dealers are offering. Now, on one hand, selling it like through a club site or online. Contact me. I have XYZ coin for sale. I want this much. You may do better. I don't know.
Right.
So
it depends on who you're dealing with too, because right now, I mean, there are plenty of stackers out there that they are more than happy to buy your silver, like we mentioned in the last episode.
Right.
And they're more than happy to buy your gold too. And they may give you a fair price. But they're also watching the market and how it trends as well. And some of them, I mean, obviously they want to be able to make money on it too. So they may not offer quite as much as someone who is not necessarily looking at said piece as an investment piece or anything, but has a numismatic collectible.
Right. Well, and Phil says may need brass and lead more than gold and silver. Well,
exactly.
Exactly. And yeah, I've got a bit of a stash of that too.
And really at that point, I mean, if you're a person that you feel like you need the money and now is the time to sell,
right?
Don't deprive your family of putting food on the table or keeping the utilities on or a roof over your head or something just because it looks nice in your display case.
Right. It's a hedge for you. It's a lever.
Exactly. And I mean, historically, from the dawn of time, no matter what is going on, that physical, tangible silver and gold is a easily liquidatable asset. You can use it for barter, you can use it for trade, you can liquidate it into currency if you're looking for a new vehicle and you need to make a down payment on one, or like you said, in the previous episode, some years back, you took in quite a pile of dug silver and things like that and remodeled the bathroom.
Yes, I did. I don't regret it. I could have, if I had kept things I had sold and that kind of stuff and had an overflowing safe of it, I would have probably sold a whole bunch of it right now. But in comparison to inflation and such, the true value of the dollar has gone down.
Right.
Buying power.
Right. And if you want to look at it like that, in terms of inflation, what the price of gold is right now, when you factor in inflation and the rate of inflation, if you look back, is probably the same. Yes, it seems like a larger price tag, but it's probably the same amount that it was nearly 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's just using the price of a gallon of gas on what it went up from that era to now, it's pretty conducive of everything else in that. Look at the price of a pickup truck, car, whatever now, new versus what they were then. That's that slant that you're seeing, or skyrocket in price, in your food and everything. It's just in the same realm of you're going to get about the same difference in value with the inflated prices as you did back then. And but at least you got a hedge. You can trade, you can work whatever you want for that type of stuff. And don't discount the fact that constitutional currency, even though it's 90% that we like to have, it will pick up in value and will trade easier in dimes, quarters, halves, silver dollars. I've listened to a couple guys say, well, 10-ounce bars and kilos and those type of things, they won't trade easy.
Right. It's kind of like the whole ounce of gold versus fractional gold. Fractional gold, you get a little bit of a premium for because it's in popular demand. It's easier to make, it's easier to obtain. And I mean, one of the things that really drove fractional gold up was back, more than 8 years ago, there was some pork bills passed in legislation that lowered basically the amount of gold that you could sell before the paper trail started.
Right.
And that's what drove the popularity up and the demand in fractional gold.
That's right. And you can buy 10th, quarter, half pieces on both sides, silver and gold. And there's a bit of a reason to stack those sizes is it will trade well. It will trade quicker on smaller items than you walking in. Well, I got a 10-ounce bar of silver here, and you've got that. I want that, but it's not worth what this silver's worth. How are you going to trade for it?
Right. Yeah. I mean, now we're going back to like the cut 8.
Yep. Get out the axe.
Yep. Got to shave a little bit off here, a little bit off there. And let's face it, I mean, yeah, in Alaska, that may be commonplace, but if things really would get bad, not everybody carries a gram scale where they can go, oh, yeah, I just need this much, and there you go.
Yeah, that was one of the things that years ago I proved to Jill that I can just about go anywhere and find someone with a scale that's going to trade in gold. Raw gold. They'll trade it right there. And I mean, locally, I did it right here. You go out in the gold bearing areas, you get out into California.
Yeah, gold bearing areas, you'll find it everywhere.
And one thing that's out there, and I'm seeing it get traded now, And if you go to some of these places, those gold-backed dollars all the way up to $100 ones, they even put signs up, "We will take goldbacks."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They will.
Mm-hmm. So,
You know,
there are things out there to make that trade value better than the dollar.
right. I mean, people, everybody's situation is different. So like we say, you're the final discriminator. You have to make that call for yourself in your situation. Should I sell now or should I wait? I mean, realistically, yeah, gold is it's kind of running loose right now because we are rolling into an election. It is an election year, but I don't, it's not like, say, November 5th comes, they announce whoever the winner is. It's not like gold is going to drop immediately after the announcement.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Treckler's in the house. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, welcome aboard.
But those who, okay, I'm going to use Barb as an example. Excuse me. Got a little sore throat.
Yeah, dealing with a little bit of a cold.
Mm-hmm. Lost the train of thought there. Anyway, you got to look at canning foods. Is it going to be available? Barb does a lot of that. Jill does a lot of that. I help with it.
Right.
Having some gasoline put back, I don't know. Our gasoline anymore, they don't shelf well. You put you put the additives into it to give it some shelf life, but still,
that extends the shelf life. Yeah, a little bit.
So, yeah, Jason, lamp oil, kerosene, that kind of stuff. Couple 20-pound bottles of propane, if you need that, and you have the equipment, you can run with it.
Yep.
Good portable generator, things like that. Now, I'm not a huge prepper, but I have some prepping. And, right now our world's on the edge. We've got to get
a lot of uncertainty there.
Yeah. And I put the question out, but nobody answered me. Did any of you go vote early?
And if you didn't,
Tuesday, get out and vote. I'm not, you know who I like. He's right there. But you vote your way. And, but get out and vote.
However you feel that is, make sure and cast your vote. Yep. Because if things, if the election goes off kilter or something, and some people aren't happy with the outcome, that's probably going to be the first question that people are going to ask you. Did you vote? Yep. And if you say no, they're going to tell you you don't have a leg to stand on.
Yep. I do. I've got a couple that live down here, and they come in and they will complain about the Republicans or whatever's going on, and I know he doesn't vote. And I look right at him. I said, "You didn't vote. That doesn't do any good." He says, "Yeah, it does. You get enough of you voting one way, it makes a difference. So you come in and complain, but you didn't vote. You didn't voice your opinion that way."
Right. But now you want to voice your opinion.
That's
when
right.
You have grounds to voice it on since you didn't exercise your voice to begin with.
Right.
I mean, that's a God-given constitutional right.
That's right.
Go and vote.
Get your
Vote
butt in the chair and vote. Phil Bortner, don't vote, don't bitch.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and regardless of what your political point of view is, regardless of who you hope to win, at least make your voice heard.
Hey, get out and be heard. No, I've watched.
This is probably one of the most important elections in our lifetime.
Right. It is. Jason, don't use the damn electric voting screens. I'm in Illinois. That's all we had offered.
Well, yeah, sometimes it can't be helped. And I mean, and I'm sure you heard the news not too terribly far back about ballot boxes being set on fire.
Yeah, they had I saw pictures of that. And they showed everything, but they actually had a good clear-cut camera of the vehicle and the license number. Yep, they picked them up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean they're not playing around with this stuff. You figure that that's federal. That's the best way I can put it. They're not going to play.
Yeah. They're not going to play with you. They're going to go after it.
Right.
And just get out and vote. Make your count heard, I hope, and we don't have problems like we did with the last one.
Yeah. Vote like your vote is the one that's going to make the difference.
Right.
Don't go, well, what's the point?
The last election, we had, the local voting going on too for the township supervisor and road commissioner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. The township supervisor's position in Cordova decided by one vote. One vote.
Yep. And
379 somewhere in there. And they recounted, and that's where it stood. And both candidates said they were good with it. One vote.
And
yeah, it can come to one vote. I've seen it happen a couple other times.
Yep. And I've seen it happen like that around here.
Right. Yep. Tim will be voting in person on Tuesday. How you doing, Tim? So,
good.
Yep. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I called Barb today, and we're plotting out what we're trying to get a hold of, and it sounds like we're going to have a fair amount of detectors. We're working on that. I got a couple calls to make here to get some more. Hey, we need swaggy stuff. She's going to need a lot of that, she says. Right now, I think we're up 3, 6, 9, 10 detectors. And if Fisher comes through, that'd put us 13, 14. And that's a good amount.
Oh, so, yeah.
Michael wants to. There you go. You may be getting a phone call there, Josh.
I may be?
Yeah. You just put out your call-in number. Michael Treckler wants to call in.
I don't have the phone lines.
Oh, that's not good. You have to send him a link. Michael, you want a link?
Send him a link.
Yep. Yep. Oh, I'm not doing too bad, Tim. I just got a little bit of I don't know what it is. scratchy throat.
You say he does want a link?
He hadn't told me yet. Yeah, he goes.
Oh,
Send him
okay.
if you got him. Yeah, Jason, I like that MANTICORE. Frank likes his MANTICORE. They're real deals.
A lot of people for.
And there's some sales on right now. I can get you into one with a couple free coils, discount, that kind of stuff. So if you want to get a hold of me, we can work out something. It's going to be a real good sale going here shortly on a couple other items too. Oh man, Dennis, you found three more orange Naka bags and hats. Yep.
Bill needs all three.
Yeah, we put them to use if we got them. Give them out to everybody else to put them to use.
Michael Treckler has a link in his messenger.
Okay, Michael, did you hear that? You click on the link. It'll put you in backstage. Once you're there, then Josh can bring you on, buddy. So,
yep. Easy peasy.
Yep. Works pretty good.
See, we had a complaint that Ethel was getting too many calls. So it works out better this way.
Yep.
Although, dig your plug, we will have to have the phone lines up.
So, and Jason, feel free to give me a call. We can talk about it. Now, this rain's supposed to go up to about Tuesday morning. Give it a day of drying, and I'm going to get out in some fields.
There you go.
Looking forward to that because the temperatures are supposed to stay 50s, 60s throughout almost up to Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Only Chuck figured he'd send all that rain this way, so we've got rain the rest of the week.
Yes, I am. I think I got about 1.75 inches so far just today. So see a little rain standing in the bottoms fields, a little water standing there, but that'll soak in.
Right.
Yep. Emery, you're right, buddy. There you go. But anyway, Barb and I were plotting. Get the kiddo. Naka sent them. She got a box from Naka. She got a box from Mine Lab. So, and mine are going to be drop ships to the winners. So that'll be a good deal.
That always makes things handy.
Well, it'll probably be, could be it depends. We've got the I think it was XTREME Pro from Mine Lab, and that'd be more.
2 XTREME Pros and a Vanquish 540 from Mine Lab.
That will cover your teenage group because those are a little big for the smaller kiddos.
Right.
Yeah. And we'll be covering, she's got some from Naka, then we'll cover with a couple more middies, whatever it takes.
Okay. Looks like, I don't know. I didn't hear him sneak in on us, but we've got Michael. We'll add him.
There he is.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Now, there you are.
Oh, there we go. Oh, what? There we go. Hey.
How you doing?
What's up? I'm good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Temperature came back up. It was pretty cool this morning, man. It's up in the mid-60s right now.
Yeah. Still not cold enough for deer hunting for me, though.
No, I've got a couple of my buddies. I've been
factor in, yeah.
My game.
You guys see my picture? Am I alive with my picture on here?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go, Bubba. Hey, the beard looks like it's out real good.
Yeah. You know what? I keep trimming it. And the worst thing is I got to brush it every damn day.
There you go. There you go.
Pain in my ass.
What's that?
Pain in my ass.
You working on a Santa Claus color there? Are you getting ready for Christmas?
I'm just getting old, Chuck.
Oh.
You know how it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what's been up with you?
I don't even well, not much. I went out, I posted something on my site not too long ago. I was out with the DFX for a little bit, but a couple little finds, not much. I mean, I haven't been out last 2 years. I haven't had time and trying to get out, but need some invites.
There you go.
There you go. You got to get out there. And I've been getting out when I can here this fall. I've been busy with a bunch of other stuff, but I think I'm caught up for a minute. And I got to get information out on some trips, and we're working on that. And going to be at the DTH hunt in the spring and one in the fall for our Chicago friends. And that's up in Wisconsin. So we got a few things already planned out. I'll be in Alaska in a couple weeks now. So not in a couple weeks, but for a couple weeks. So that's going to be busy time, but I'm still making time to get out and get out with it.
Wait a minute, Chuck. Backwards. You're not going to be in Alaska in a couple of weeks.
No, I said next year, next summer.
Ah,
there you go. There you go. Natural light.
Watches of football.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can pan around here. I got a bunch of deer heads in here.
That's your
my
cave.
Oh,
yeah, my man cave. Yep.
The war room.
I gotta work on another one this year. So
there you go. Do you do your?
Yeah, I do what?
Who did your taxidermy?
I use well, I got 4 of them in here, and each one's from a different guy, but this new guy I got is really good.
Good.
He quit his job. He quit his job and started doing it, and I'm really impressed with what he does.
Cool.
So
cool.
And they're about the same price. I mean, it's about $600, $650, somewhere around there. But
that's about the rate is, but some of them went up to cover costs.
Right.
So just like everything else. But
right. I mean, it's a dying breed. So you find somebody that does it good, you got to pay the money. That's all there is to it. I mean, it's like a cobbler trying to fix your boots. You're not going to find one. You know what I'm saying? You can buy a new pair of boots.
We used to have a guy over in Clinton. He was a cobbler. And he had a little shop down on 5th. And he kept people in shoes and boots and small upholstery jobs. You name it, he did it. And he ran till he was nearly 90. And then sold the store out, and there's no one else locally that's doing any of that work. It's a throwaway situation anymore.
Yes,
Love of the job, man.
When they die off, the art form dies with them.
Yep.
Well, that's like I don't know if you guys have. I gotta figure right goes left, left goes right on here on the screen. So I gotta get myself in there, but it's like Ace Hardware. You guys probably have Ace Hardware around there, don't you? Okay. Well, the old guy finally retired. You still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. the old guy retired and does screens. He just replaces screens all day. That's all he does. And he retired. And I know everybody up there at Ace. I said, well, do you need a new screen guy? Because I'm retired. I'll do it. They're like, well, you just should start your own business. I said, well, whatever. I guess you don't want me to pay to replace screens. I don't know.
Yeah, it's some of that stuff is very specialized, and
right.
Nobody wants to step into those roles now. Jill and I were over in Erie, Illinois this afternoon. A couple of young folks with us and a church thing, and we're having good conversation. And he's going in. He's going to go into be an electrician. She's looking at some of the other crafts to do, working. And they're seniors in high school. But I was glad to hear a couple of them just come out and say, no, college isn't worth it. We would rather do that than sit and the bookwork end of thing. He said, we want to be out doing something. I said, well, I'll tell you what, you got a good electrician. You anymore can write your own ticket.
Well, that's kind of like trade wise. I've always been a trade. I was a roofer, slate and tile roofer my whole life. I'm still in the union. I don't do it no more, but I pay my dues, so I keep my insurance. But that's like my son. He's the oldest. He's 21, and he's going for he has his first degree, but he's going for his bachelor's in IT. But I was like, son, you can make. He's working at Home Depot on the side, and I'm like, man, you can be making $40 an hour right now in any trade, but nobody wants to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yep.
I mean, the trades are hurting so bad.
I know they are. They're hurt. They're screaming for people,
right? And they're hiring the higher end at 50% apprentice is crazy. I mean, it's way over minimum wage.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
My son.
I remember when go ahead. Sorry.
My oldest boy's HVAC.
Right.
Now, there's a strong union up here, and so the independents and the union are always clashing a little bit, but the union kind of, why don't you come work for us? And they said, no, we can do better without you. And so there's been a little bit of clashing going on that trade, but they're looking for electricians, carpenters, you name it. Mike Rowe's right. They're going out jobs at $45,000 a year after they get out of college, and the guys stepping into trades. You write your own ticket. You get to be out of your apprentice site, and you will make some money.
Yep. Guaranteed. Josh, what have you been up to?
I'm hanging in there, staying busy.
About time we get together again for a hunt and drink some beers.
Oh.
They won't get much hunting done there.
Oh, we did. But, we lost a good guy that was there at that one time, Mike Lackament. So
I know it.
Yeah, that came as a big surprise to all of us, I believe.
Right. Yeah. And you know what? I didn't hear anything from him for like a month. And usually he texts me pretty often, so it must have been like a sudden thing or whatever. But it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know. A good guy. We lost a good one there.
Yeah, and I think there was a few others in the metal detecting world too. I seen that I didn't know personally or whatever, but
yeah, unfortunately, it's been a rough year for that. I mean, Mike passed away, Carl Fismer passed away.
Right.
Number of others.
Well, they say they go in threes, right? That's how it goes.
More.
Right?
Or,
Yeah.
yeah,
Feel
We lost,
or more.
and we lost a behind the scenes person, and she just passed. And
Who was that, Chuck?
Terry Otto. She owned and operated outfitters, which they had basically just a distributorship for all the major companies. But her son is going to run it, and she just passed, and she was known throughout the world. I mean, literally, but she was kind of behind the scenes. And at the last hunt we did in Galesburg, their whole crew came down. She couldn't make it. She was going to a wedding somewhere, one of her nieces, but all the rest of the crew came down and hunted all weekend, and they brought us a ton of stuff to give out to the folks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're good folks.
Yeah, they showed up in force and represented well.
Yeah, and it's sad. She was a good person, good for the industry, good with people.
Yeah, that's true. And like I said, man, I haven't been to any hunts this last year or not, so I haven't seen Chuck. I haven't seen anybody, and it's like, so next year I'm gonna try to get out, hoping they're gonna have some around here. You know, Iowa, of course, whatever. But that's like I usually always go to the I hunts, and they haven't had no campouts lately. They haven't had nothing.
We lost the campground. Remember the campground over in Buffalo, Iowa?
Right. Yeah, right.
Can't get that to use anymore because it's leased by a church, and they got looking at their contract and found out they couldn't sublease it to us because the company didn't want it. But somebody kind of was I don't know, they were sticking by the contract. We did the cleanup up there for them. We took care of stuff for them up there, and we lost that. That was a beautiful little campground. And so the campouts, they're not there anymore. So
yeah, all the ones they've always got were nice. They always had, you know, toilet, shower, camping, whatever.
Yep.
All nice places. But
and then,
yeah, I'm surprised nobody's getting on that, trying to find another one.
Well, the other thing is one or two of our guys have had health issues, so the leadership's good there, but they can't or couldn't this past couple years fulfill the mid. And you know, and one or two people can't do it all. You got to you got to have the whole group doing it. So hopefully this next year we can do it, because one of them, a pretty key player in it, he ran all the money and taking care of entries and this kind of stuff. He just had heart surgeries, and he's on the mend from that right now. So hopefully he gets over all that. We can put something together again, because I can't run one entirely basically by myself and do that type of thing. The club works with me. I work with the club, and we try to put a good one on. And we're good at it, but hopefully it comes.
Yeah, we're all getting old, man. We're all getting old.
I know it. Hey, getting up at 5.
Before too long, it's just going to be crawling around doing pinpointer hunts because we're so old.
Well, I tell you what, this last year at DTH, I did the pinpointer hunt, and it was about a week and a half before my left knee quit screaming.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, man. Shit.
So
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but we got to get together.
Man. Yeah, let me know, Chuck. I mean, I'll drive up there if you got a place one day. You're not too far from me.
No, you can run up. I got a couple fields maybe we can wander around in, let the water drain a little bit. We've had a good rain. We needed that badly. And that'll light that field up.
I heard you.
What I had 2 different shovels, trying to see which worked best on the hard ground, and it looked like I was trying to run around that field on a pogo stick.
Oh shit!
Right.
Man, it was hard.
He said neither of them were good in that ground.
Man.
Yep. You didn't sharpen it before you went out?
Oh, it was sharp. That didn't matter. Stuff is old river bottoms, you know, kind of that half clay stuff. When it turns
clay and
rock,
rock,
you can run a semi over it and not leave a print.
right?
The guy's picking. You hardly saw any of their big tire tracks. Weren't any marks. You knew it got picked because it was gone. That was it.
I got lucky when I was out the other day, and I only did it for probably about an hour, but I took my white shovel, my white shovel that I bent like 6 times already. And I was out in this farmyard, and it was actually pretty soft. It dug it nice. And I was surprised because we had maybe an inch of rain in the last month. So it wasn't too bad. But
wow.
Yeah.
Couple little, I mean, I got a sack of some nice little finds. I just haven't cleaned them up yet and post them on any of the sites yet, which I need to do because I'm just lacking. It's been because I had shoulder surgery, knee surgery this year. So I just been really slow on doing anything. I haven't even been hardly on my website to do anything. So, you know, it's been a slow 2 years. I can say that.
Let's pick it back up. We need you.
Yeah.
If we get one going for a swing in the summer next year, I'll be calling on you, Michael.
There you go. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, ORH is reporting to me, Josh, that they've had 2 brush fires near him every day for the past 2 weeks. A couple acres burnt today, and they're still dry there where he's at, Josh.
Dog.
Down southern Ohio, Cincinnati area, 471, they had a bridge fire.
Oh, no.
And it's just recently started coming out that they think it may have been some form of a terrorist attack because there had been a car that exploded.
Well, keep them guys keep them guys in Ohio, will you?
Right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm sure we've been on a fire watch for the last 2 or 3 months. It's been so dry here, Southern Illinois.
I mean,
it's terrible.
We had our 3 districts up in the north end of the county. We had a complete fire ban in, and we just lifted it 2 days ago because we've been getting this rain. And then today it was about 1.75 inches. Nobody was burning today too much, I'll tell you that. So,
right.
But it was.
Well, it's like I brought 2 truckloads of logs home. Got a brand new log splitter, and I was splitting all day, and I had a pile of, the shavings that come off just like the junk.
Oh,
that you have to burn in your burn barrel, just get rid of it. And I had to quit splitting wood because it was too dry and too windy. I had to wait for some rain to come before I could even split the rest of the wood so I could burn the garbage.
There you go.
I mean, it's just been terrible, man. Windy as hell here and dry. And we're finally getting storms here now, but I mean, it's hit and miss,
And,
so
Illinois digger Tim up there, he's reporting his ground up there just got diggable. And I know he was just about as dry as we were. He's right in up in northern Illinois, Wisconsin, and that. So, yeah, it's time to get out, and hopefully it stays like 40s and 50s. But then deer season comes in here on the.
Oh, I know that's what cripples me.
Yep, and
I gotta go deer hunt instead of hunting.
Yep, I got to get out and put a little venison in the freezer. I hope.
So. And you know what? Too, everybody down here, they're disking the fields and tilling them with them. They got the rotaries on the back. They're planting winter wheat. Everybody's getting winter wheat in down here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like quicker and shit. So I can't even get out in one of them fields.
Wow.
I know a couple farmers that don't plant wheat, so I might be able to hit those. But I've been hitting them farms for years, so it's like if you find something, that's a good day. I mean, it's like
Right.
one thing.
Yep. Yep.
But you know, with any hunts coming up that I don't know about.
Well, not too much. And well, Dawn out east, she just had her hunt, Dig It Dude, and it looked like it was a pretty good hunt to me. And but that was out in Jersey. And
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people posting. I guess they had one down in Texas, I guess, with Gypsy or something.
yeah, that was
This
yeah, that's the one I was talking about, Josh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep, I saw the posts. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go back and look at the past episodes to see when that had went on, because we had Butch and
I don't think
Gypsy
it was
on
that long ago.
the UK.
yeah, Butch Holcomb and Gypsy. That's
Right.
her birthday bash hunt. Is that what they call that, Josh?
Yep, it was the American Digger Gypsy Jules birthday bash hunt, and
It was
Gypsy's
last
hunt
week, wasn't it?
Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and American Digger's
This
hunt
week.
was Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that was this weekend too. Yeah, this past Friday, Saturday.
And usually up through this time period, there is generally a hunt every weekend somewhere. I know that
Right.
IVHRA Club had their cookout hunt this past weekend over in Central Illinois, there over by LaSalle, Peru.
Yeah, and a hunt.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our normal hunts, I guess we're pretty much done with the normal hunts that we all go to.
Yep.
So, I mean, if any of you guys get in the field, or if I get in the field, I'm inviting you, you invite me, and we'll go to town.
Sounds good, Michael. Sounds good.
I mean, we're pushing winter. We're pushing Thanksgiving already almost.
Yeah. But you know, last year on New Year's Day, I think Frank, myself, and Dave went out and we were digging.
Right.
It hadn't froze. It was, we were out on the 11 till about 2:30, 3 o'clock window, because when that sun started tripping down, it was getting cold. But we were hunting all the way through December into January at times. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I remember that one year I had post on my page. I was out there, it had 3 inches of snow in that field, and I was finding stuff.
Yep.
So, but I had an itch and I had to go out because I knew stuff was there, and there's like 3 inches of snow out, and I'm out there digging in that shit in my coveralls. I'm like, this is ridiculous, but it was a fun time.
Sure. Now you're down by Lewiston, right?
I'm 45 minutes east of St. Louis.
Oh, east. You're further south yet. I know where you're at. All right, I get you.
Yep. I'm on Route 4 and 55.
Yep. So I get you guys all mixed up. I've hunted with cousins and brothers and everybody else bouncing around down through there, and and those fields are huge.
Oh yeah, they're big fields.
Man.
Yep, and it's easy to do too. The thing is I do the historic aerials, and when you drive by, you're on the country roads driving slow.
Yeah.
You can tell usually if something's out there. You'll see glistening glass. You know what I'm saying? Or flagstone out there. And the only thing you do is kind of mark that on your phone, go home, get on historic aerials, see if there was a house and you can go all the way back. I went back to 1915 on like the aerials even around here, which is crazy.
It is crazy.
I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how they did that. Then you go on the topo maps, you'll see there used to be a school there or something else. I mean, it's pretty easy to do, and you can slide back and forth on historic aerials.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to do. The thing is getting the damn permissions is what the pain in the ass is, because I know a lot of farmers around here, and they're like, I asked the main farmer around here, which is the biggest one, I have permission for his fields, which I done pretty much hunted out. But I asked him, I was like, who owns this? Oh, so-and-so owns this. I said, you got his phone number? Oh, yeah. And I'll call him and be like, hey, you know, I'm so-and-so, you know, I like to meet you out here, talk to him about it, whatever. They're like, no, we don't want nobody. It's a wide open field.
Yep.
Nope, don't want you on there. Like I guess I'm going to fall down and sue him or something. I don't know.
Well,
But
that is part of
it's
it.
just a pain in the ass.
We've
And
run
I even thought about getting papers made up, print them out, sign a waiver. Here you go. You know, I mean, some old farmers and some of these.
Uh-oh. Michael.
Oh,
Michael froze out.
Oh, that freeze up.
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay. Some of these farmers are in their 80s, 90s. They just don't want nobody in.
Yep.
So,
and then
and man,
I talked to one near town. He's got couple little fields there, and he gave so I'm going to hit that one. And it's not big, but right smack in the middle of it is a restaurant that's been there since the 30s, and they've trimmed back where the park was, and they're plowing it and all that. And I said, I don't know if I'll find anything. He said, you might. He said, I can remember where a couple big trees sat and everybody parked under them. And he said, go for it. So I'm going to go try and hit that too. And I got a school I've nailed down, but I've got to talk to the one guy, and you got to talk to his brother too, because they own it together.
Right.
But his brother lives in Florida.
Yep.
That
I hear you.
it.
It's a complicated game. That's all it is. It's a game, man. It's like,
Yep.
do you want to find treasure? You want to share it or not? And half of them are like, I mean, it's a wide open bean field. They're like, no, I don't want you out there. Okay. I'm like, there was a house there in 1890. I could see it on the topo map. And you know there's coins there or something. And they don't care. So it's like, whatever. I'm like, I got to go home and sit and stew on this and cry. I'm like, oh my God, we could have found so much stuff and shared it.
Yeah. And
You know what I'm saying?
it is, but there's been a lot of things in the past 15 years that have made the difference on yeses and nos for people. And some of it was some negativity and things like that with a couple shows that people didn't care for. And then there's always the thought you may actually find something that's worth something, and I didn't get it.
Right. True that. I understand what you're saying about that.
And but I've ran into that. Now the farm fields out around my town, Albany, a couple other places. I grew up with a lot of these guys that own them now, and I've gotten on some of them because of that. Yeah, let me know what you find. I went in and talked to them, show what I find. I give them. God, I got into a bunch of Indian head pennies, and it was like a range from 1900 to 1906. I don't know why I got maybe 10, 11, and I just handed it to him. I says, here, take them, have the wife clean them up, put them in a shadow box. She did. She cleaned them up, and he said, you been back? No, when you coming back? I said, when I get a chance. And he said, I said, I got, then the wife, she said, the wife loves those Indian heads. I said, well, all of those I've got 2, 3 of. I mean, literally, that era, those late 1890s to about 1906, must have been a lot of them lost out there. So we found them and give them to them. And then all the stuff they put on the fields, copper, brass, does not do well. It eats the daylights out of them, the anhydrous, and then
Right.
they're spreading.
And I got a couple stories about that. Kind of like the nickels here in southern Illinois. When you find one, usually they're like purple and crystallized from the anhydrous.
Yeah.
And it's not the Jefferson nickels, it's the older nickels.
Buffaloes.
No, the V nickels.
No.
They're like purple and crystally. They're weird. I guess because the anhydrous they use it in ammonia, everything they use, lime and all that. It's really strong,
Yep.
But another thing that is really rare down here by me is large scents. And I've only found one, which is 2 miles from my house in this farm field that I hunted probably about 12 times. And that was the first large scent I found in Illinois. Well, the first one I found ever in my life. And it was crazy.
In Iowa. I found 1 or 2 in Illinois, and they're ate up so bad it's terrible. And we've been hunting. Frank and I have been hunting a couple fields, and we've done very well in them. There was a lot to recover.
Right.
Neither one of us has found a large scent in it, but we found silver coins back into the 1830s.
Mine was in really good shape, and it got to the point it was so bad because Dave Wise that was on the Whites team.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, I was always talking to them guys all the time, and I was like, I cannot find one large. He couldn't find a large scent, so he sent me one in the mail. I was like, you son of a bitch. He sent me one because he finds so many of them.
Oh,
and then I finally found one, and it wasn't too long after that. I mean, it was crazy.
No.
Now, if you would have told him you can't find a GW button, he'd have just sent you a picture of his Christmas tree.
Right. Usually when I text him, he sends me a guy getting like one of them gifts on Facebook where the guy's getting hit with the shovel in the side of the head. That's what he usually sends me.
All right. Bob Pop posted up in the UK. They have NCMD, National Council for Metal Detecting, which covers you up to £5 million liability insurance with a landowner. It's done differently over there, and
right.
That's neat to know. And Illinois Digger was talking from his local farmers who've heard of me or know me, that kind of stuff. They know you, they have a trust for you. And Phil Bortner, find a bucket lister. Phil's going to the rack. He's tired.
They've been working him hard.
Oh, shout out to Phil and Shannon. Them guys are awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I just talked to both of them earlier today.
That's a great couple there, man.
Yeah, they're fun. Good people. So, and I think Shannon's the lucky one. She wins stuff.
Right. They seem like they win stuff all the time. I tell you what, I've never won. I think I won one detector out of every hunt I've been in, and I've been in a lot of them. And I won. I mean, it was like I don't know what it was. It was like a entry detector, like super cheap or whatever it was. But I was like, man, I buy all these raffle tickets. I'm hoping I win one of these other ones, and never do. And some people win. I see the same people win 3 or 4 a year. It's crazy. Lucky the Irish.
Now, wait a minute. Josh won. And he can't say nothing on this because he won a MANTICORE.
Right.
Yeah, I bought $50 worth of tickets.
Hey, yeah, $50 is a lot to spend on tickets these days.
Yes, it is.
And time you get a hotel and everything else and pay for your entry fee. And I try to buy as many tickets as I can. I got to save some for beer. But and it's like, man, I can't win a detector for nothing. Damn it.
And Jason, he's talking around if you find a flying eagle scent, and I found a couple of those here in Illinois. And you're right.
I found one.
You got to get some water on it and start looking for the eagle wing and details on it. It just got to pay attention.
The 6. You need the 6.
Yeah.
The one I found was the one I found was a 7.
Yeah, and you got to get the water on it quick before the details just kind of blow away.
That's right. That's right. Well, boys, we run over pretty good. It's nice to have you on here, Mike.
Thank you, sir. It was good to see you guys and talk to you. I haven't talked to you in a long time.
Yeah.
Either one of you.
Yeah.
And good luck on your deer hunting. I'll be calling you. We'll talk.
Oh, yeah. I'll be sending pics when I get another buck on the wall here.
All right.
All right. Let me know. Let me know if you guys want to hunt. I'll drive up. You ain't too far away.
No, we're talking 3 hours.
Yep. That's where that I'll get a hotel room or whatever and hang out and we'll find some history.
Yeah, Bill Hayes is talking about a flying eagle he found. It's hard to see the eagle on it. They're tough. They're tough. I found
That's all right. That's all right. That cut 8, he could see everything just fine.
Very good. That cut 8 was nice. He found an actual 8 rail cut quarter. Bill Hayes did a week ago. Josh, was it?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Which is cool.
You talk about Spanish reals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Spanish reals that we're talking about.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. We got lucky. My father-in-law, when this was probably, I'm going to say 5 years ago, maybe more, because I was metal detection hardcore. So my father-in-law, he bought an AT Pro. He wanted to get into it. And he found this silver coin by his fence post on his property. And this is in Illinois. And so I came out there with my metal detector. I said, what you got? Oh, let me see it. And it was really thin. It was a Spanish real.
Ah.
So anyway, I'm like, okay, well, where'd you find it? So he showed me and everything, and we did some metal detecting. I left. He goes, I got this field down the road. They said we can metal detect too. And he said there used to be an old trader's cabin.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, let's hit that tomorrow. So he calls me. He calls me later that night. Says, I found 2 more of these silver coins by the fence. I'm like, are you shitting me? So he found 3 reals, and these were small ones, on this fence line on his property. So we go out. Of course, next day I'm like giddy as shit. I get there. I'm like, let me see these things. Let me see them. Some of them got details. One smooth. He's like, let's go hit this field. So we go hit this field. We found I don't know, probably 30 something flat buttons. Found 2 more reals out in this field.
Whoa.
And I was like, I mean, it's great. It must have been a Spanish trade line going through there or whatever. I don't know what it was, but I was just like, I mean, this is crazy. Out in the middle, nowhere.
That section of Illinois where you're in line with St. Louis and just to the north of that up in, you had St. Joe, Missouri. And that was Convergence and all that. That was traveled heavily. but we used the Spanish real legally in our country until 1856. They outlawed the use of it. And so you'll find them smooth holes cut. They cut them in quarters to make change, 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1.
Yeah, these were all whole ones.
Wow.
And all small ones. I mean, size of a dime, like a regular dime these days.
Half
Small
real, 1 real.
Yeah. Yeah, small ones.
Small ones.
Nice.
But, you know,
I don't throw them
Illinois,
back up. I'll tell you that when I find them.
yeah, Illinois didn't become a state till 1818. So, you know, everything's out there.
That's right. So, well, buddy, you have a great night.
Yep, you guys hit me up. Let's do some detecting, man.
You got it.
There you go.
We'll get Frankie and we'll put Josh on an airplane and he can parachute out with us.
There we go. There we go.
He's got his head that bright green so we can spot him.
I could try it. Scares the crap out of the guide dog.
Oh, man.
Thanks for dropping in.
You somehow.
All right, Michael. Take care, brother. Good hunting.
All right. Love you. Godspeed, man.
Godspeed. Take care. That's cool. That would be a nice field to go back and hit again. If you're still listening, Michael, I'd be going hitting that a lot more. Holy smokes.
Right.
Get 5, 6 holes out of one area around old cabin site. They got to be more.
You know it.
Dennis, be safe, brother.
I forgot to mention earlier too, Dig Your Plug is coming, but I got word that there is another donation coming in for the board, so we're pushing it back a little bit to give that time to get here.
Yep, we'll have to put some silver on that. I got a couple 10th ounce silvers with the eagle on. We'll put one on. We're going to do one board, or we're going to do 2 this winter.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how the first board goes. The first board is the Mike Lockwood Edition board, and
everybody,
like I can't possibly begin to send links to everybody, so we'll have to use the phone lines for that.
Okay.
And that one may have to have you call in on the phone so we can make sure everybody can hear everybody.
Okay. We'll get that set up. See how it works.
Right.
That's all we can do, man. And everybody, if you're still in there, you haven't went to sleep on us, they're bailing out. Dennis, have a good one. Get out. If you haven't done it, go vote.
Yep.
Go
Exercise your right.
Yep. Please do.
That's about the best way we can put it.
Yep. I'm not pushing anybody on anybody. Just get out and vote. Get out and vote. So, buddy, I'm going to get out of here, and we'll chat and see what we can come up with for that Dig Your Plug night.
Right. And hopefully that cold doesn't get any worse for you.
No, I took that cough drop. That helped a lot. Kept the sinuses open. So, yippee.
There you
go. All right.
All right. Have a good night, Chuck.
You too, my good friend. Everybody go out and find a bucket lister, will you? Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Okay. About the only other thing to mention, we've had some things come up here that we're running pretty fast and furious this week, trying to get some things done. I don't know what that means for the shows yet. We'll have to see. That's all I can say. We'll have to see. But for everyone that is still hanging out, hopefully you can get out and find a bucket lister. Get out and hunt if you can. Post up the photos. You know how we love to see them. Oh, and the next time we do come back, we got a nice, we could talk a little more about gold. Got a nice gold ring return story. 3 14-karat gold, white gold band set. Nice set. Nice set. Very happy woman. But we may get into that in a future episode. So, for everyone else, we've ran on long enough. The 5th is just around the corner. Tuesday. Exercise your right. We're out of here.
We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.